Dear Dhamma brothers and sisters, today we discuss about Buddhism and science as narrated by Sri Anandas Krishna. We don't believe in what you have heard, don't believe in the traditions because they have been handed down from generation to generations. Don't believe in anything because it's rumored and spoken by many. Don't believe merely because a written statement by some old saga is produced. Don't believe in conjectures. Don't believe in that truth to which you have become attached by habit. Don't believe merely the authority of your teachers and elders. After observation and analysis, when it agrees with reason and is conducive to the good and gain of one and all, then accept it and live up to it. Pray, don't mm, therefore believe me when I come to the philosophical issue until and unless you are convinced of what I say, neither as a sequel to proper reasoning or by means of practical approach. Okay? This is what Buddha said in Kalam Sutta, which has been rightly called the first declaration of independent and rational thinking. His teachings are especially relevant in the modern scientific age. Rapid development in science and technology and rapid expansion of the economy has paradoxically led to increased social and psychological tensions. Accordingly, studies have also shown that the people the world over are increasingly seeking refuge in spirituality. Indians have become more religious in the last 5 years, says a recent study conducted by CSDS Hindustan Times for the CNN IBN News channel. What better spiritual tradition is there to observe these needs than Buddhism? More than 2500 years ago, Lord Buddha preached compassion, morality, and mastery over the mind, all of which the world today surely needs. But this teaching also passed modern scientific test of reasoning, investigation, and verification. Buddhism and scientific investigation. This was through the scientific technique of observation, analysis, investigation, and verification that Buddha achieved enlightenment. The only difference is that he directed the observant gaze inward instead of outward. His genius was in finding that he could make his own body and his mind tools for experiment as well as objects of study, instead of using the mechanical tool to study external phenomena. This practice is called Vipassana meditation, and this is the extremely harmonious union of the spirituality and science. It's worth noting that it was objective observation of the world that drove him to the discovery as well. Siddhartha Gautama, his name before achieving Buddhahood, saw that suffering was a universal experience regardless of how rich or poor, socially esteemed or outcast, powerful or powerless one was. Buddhism promotes science. The Buddha always encouraged his followers to develop a scientific temper. He himself undertook the scientific experience of observation, analysis, investigation, and verification before preaching any sutta to his followers. Dhamma is purely a scientific way of life. He says the entire world is in flames, the entire world is going up in smoke, the entire world is burning, the entire world is vibrating. So Dhamma as a system is comparable to the scientific endeavor. By using scientific methods, Buddha proved that he was indeed a scientist. Buddha and Buddhists welcome each scientific discovery, each new application of scientific principles for those could never be contrary to the principle they themselves employ. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of the scientific outlook in dealing with the problems of morality and religion. Its specific dogmas are capable of verification. Its general account of the nature of the man and the universe is one that accords with the finding of the science. Buddhist views the world as part of the large cosmos. Buddhists believe that the universe arises and falls in accordance with the cause and conditions in a rhythmic process that takes billions of years to go through just one cycle. Buddha said that no one created this universe. The universe is existence with no beginning and no end, with infinite space-time. Therefore, Buddha's concept of cosmos is similar to the modern concept of universe. May you be happy.